That's that new. You heard it right here on Baze Radio. Very good morning to you. Welcome to the AM. Come on, it is vibes, good music, and great conversation as we go. It's about that time I let you know that we are live in session right here on Baze Radio, and it's about that time.
And now, make some noise! Turn up your radios.
Just want your autograph!
For our Baze Radio guests. Stay tuned.
It is not a hoax. It is not fake when I tell you Asum Garvey and Dr. Rainer.
Yeah.
How are you, gentlemen?
Wagwan. Good, Wagwan.
Wagwan? Really? Wagwan?
What's up?
How do you say hi? Say
hello. So wait, is that how you say hello to your patients? Wagwan?
A few.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. How's your morning coming along?
Amazing.
Some coffee. I'm from the night shift.
Damn.
Delivering babies at 4 a.m.
Wow.
Facts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Delivering babies and dropping bars during the day. Love to see it. We stand a multitasker. First of all, congratulations on this project.
Thank you very much.
And as we get into it, first of all, who wants to intro this project? The Awesum Rain project. Do you want to tell us more about it? How do you want to go about this?
Let Rain start it off.
Okay. Let's go.
Awesum Rain. What I keep saying is that it's an accidental, intentional album.
Okay, you have to break that down. Walk us through it, please.
It was an accident because I had been on a hiatus from music and hip hop for a while because Doctor life, pursuing. I was doing my masters, became a dad, all that stuff. So I was actually hitting up Asum because I felt like, okay, I need to come back. I felt like I still have something in me that I need to put out there. So I hit up Asum. By this time I was like setting up a studio at home. So that I recorded home. So Asum was coming on board, not initially as an artist, but, sound engineer to help me out with the vocal, mixing and everything. So once he pulled up when we were recording the first song, which is Run It Up, I could see, when somebody's like really...
feeling it.
Feeling it. Okay, and then now you see him start writing. Then you're like, okay, this guy is in the zone. And I usually know as an artist, from an artist to another, when that guy is in that zone. Don't limit, because I'm sure in his head he's like, he's writing, but this is this guy's song.
True.
So but then I was like, you know what, just...
keep doing what you're doing.
Right. If you're going to record. And then we did Run It Up. It came out, I think it's just hip hop excellence. Run It Up right now is like...
I will give you props for that one. Good one.
Yeah. So and that's what happened. We recorded Run It Up. Next thing you know is like, okay,
might as well make it a whole thing.
Yeah. 1 song, 3 songs, album.
It's a whole project, crazy. And so I'll shoot this question to Asum. Asum. I don't know why I keep saying Asum. Awesome. Honestly, the whole week I've been really trying to sit on that name. So I'm like, okay, Asum.
Think
2 seconds. Asum. I'm like, no, something is off here. Asum.
Yes.
I need to get that right. Well, I need to understand when it comes to working on such a body of work, especially 2 heads being put into one. How does that work? What's the process like? How's the writing, selection of music, beats? How does that go?
I feel like it first of all starts with the mindset between the two of you. Like when you have conversations, you can tell if you're both on the same wavelength in terms of creativity and where your mind is at. And I feel like that's where we were when we were creating the project, because whatever was going on and we had the conversation, everything felt like we were thinking in terms of the same way, like how we felt in terms of what was going on, like our stance on everything. And that's how the stance also came in the name.
Interesting. Well, the conversation has just started. This is Asum Garvey and Dr. Rain in the building. And as we get to listen to their new project, this is Awesum Rain playing right here on Baze Radio. But coming right up is Billy on Baze. We're still deep in conversation with Asum Garvey and Dr. Rain. And as per usual, we're also getting to listen to their new project that is Awesum Rain right here on Baze Radio. Guys, mix. Pew, pew, pew. And as we're talking off air, you were mentioning that this is also another doctor who was featured on this track.
Yeah.
And I need to understand, considering medicine is one very, like it sucks up all your time, energy, and everything in between. What is your schedule like between being a doctor and being an artist?
It's crazy. It's extremely crazy.
Please walk me through
Dr.
a typical day.
There's actually two doctors on this project. Yeah, there's on the song Watch featuring Della and Mansa Musa with Dr. Musa Guya.
Lord God.
And then now Kazi, we talk about just the doctor strikes and how being a medic is hard. So basically what you're asking is more or less like like today. Being a pediatrician, anytime mothers can go into labor.
Yeah.
And we're responsible for, the baby once the baby comes out.
True.
So 4 a.m. today, had a delivery, and then we have this interview today at 10, which was actually very okay. I think I got a good 3-4 hours
of sleep.
But for me, I think it's something that I've been doing because even when I was in med school in Russia, I had already started pursuing hip hop music, performing. So I was gigging every weekend, making extra money that way, and doing medicine. I never failed a single exam.
Wow.
I never repeated a year or anything. So I think that is what helped me learn how to sort of balance. Yeah,
Makes sense.
I couldn't fail those.
You had no option.
Fail, you come back home. Simple as that. So, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What about
crazy.
you? Asum, tell me, other than music, this is what you do on a regular?
Yeah. I'm in music all the time because they do sound engineering.
Okay.
Which I was actually taught the basics by a doctor. That's Dr. J.
That's wild.
Yeah, he's the one who taught me the basics of engineering. Yeah. Nowadays he's doing his own thing, but I'm a sound engineer and graphic designer of sorts. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, guys, hey, Atta, I'm honestly challenged because, when you feel like, considering that you do med and you can deep dive into all these things, there's some of us who feel like, you have to stick to one thing and you have to make it work some way, somehow. And now that I think of it, and I need to understand from both of y'all's perspective, when you see people use the word success, how do you define success?
Wow, that's such a deep question. But yeah, success is, being able to provide yourself with a good life. Not having to worry about, the lights going off, paying rent. Success to me is being healthy as well, surrounded by love. That to me, I feel is the true success because everything else can be bought and it doesn't really fulfill you. You're always like, I really, really want these shoes. You get those shoes. Or I really
then
want
what?
this car. You get the car after 2 weeks. It's So I think the true success comes when you are content with yourself. And content with yourself and doing what you're purposed to do.
For me, it's all he said and peace of mind.
No, not you copying, literally verbatim.
Yeah, because all he said, yes, and peace of mind for me is success, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, guys, we're still listening to the project right here on Baze, and I'd love for you guys to send in your questions for Asum and Dr. Rain on 0716250933. Of course, the listen continues and the chat definitely has to continue. But coming right up is Run It Up right here on Baze. Morning to you and welcome to the AM. Of course, you're hanging with me, Maria. And as I told you, we are still deep in conversation with one of the baddest doing it in hip hop, Asum Garvey. Dr. Rain is in there. Hey, absolutely. And we have to digress. Kidogo. And let's talk about parenthood, right? So as we know, Dr. Rain, you're a dad. And I think there's some things that before you become a dad, you already understand. But when you actually get into the mode of it, you get to see things in a very different light. And I'd want you to tell me one misconception about fatherhood that is commonly known, but now that you've gotten to be a father, you're like, that really isn't right.
Yeah, I think a misconception of fatherhood, and it's really getting popular or whatever. It's just the fact that you can't be vulnerable around your son, that you can't be open to discuss things, you can't embrace, can't hug, like all that alpha male, whatever that's
macho man. Yeah.
So there's times to give tough love, because a dad is also the one who gives tough love. You have to prepare your kid for this world, so you can't just be always smothering and taking care. You have to you have to prepare them for the reality that is awaiting them, which is adulting. Yeah. So and then there's also times that you also need to embrace, say I love you and things like that. We from my generation, like, you don't get
you're reaching.
So they play a role. So I would say in our setting, a misconception is that you can't be soft, because if you do that, now you're
raising a weak man.
Yeah, you're raising a simp, type of vibes. But yeah, you need to show your son the gentle side and also the tough love.
Okay. Hey, I'll shoot this one to you. When it comes to hip hop, especially because hip hop is very, not of late, but hip hop has been a very tough genre of music. And even when it comes down to how they express, parenting, love, it's very, it has to be very macho to some extent.
Yeah.
And what's the one thing you've learned the hard way when it comes to showing emotion and hip hop music?
There was always that misconception that if you are rap, you're just supposed to be hard. And for me, it was always hard for me to comprehend, because I have a soft side also. And my soft side always goes for the R&B, the soft type of music, which sometimes I record. So I thought about it at some point. I asked myself, why should I conform to whatever people think about that? And if we're going bar for bar, I can still wash you when you think I'm.
Let it be known.
If you think I'm soft right now, I can come back with the buzz.
Okay.
So I feel like there's that balance in life, and the soft has to come with the hard. Yeah. That's just it for me.
Absolutely.
It's also good to, when people think of you like this soft person, not knowing you have that
element of surprise.
So that when they try to attack or try to
out of war,
because when people see somebody who they can take advantage of, they'll take.
Of course.
Shot. Yeah. If you know somebody is going to you're gonna think twice. So
that's very true.
Yeah, a lot of people same with me. They're like, this guy is a doctor, he's a pediatrician, baby doctor.
So he's definitely soft.
Hey.
Try me. That's your tag. Try me.
I wish you would.
Goodness me. But yes, we're still deep in conversation, guys. We're about to take a little breather. Coming right up is a classic, absolute blast from the past. This is Letta Wimbo by Sema, playing right here on Baze. That is an absolute classic right there. Sema, Letta Wimbo. And as we're getting back into it, we are in the AM, of course, all the way till 12 in the PM. Amazing conversation still going on. We have Asum Garvey and Dr. Rain in the building, and we're talking more about their project. And of course, hip-hop music all round. Gentlemen, side chat got a little bit too serious. We even forgot we have a whole show going on. But yes, oh my, we digress a little too hard. But as we get back, speaking,
but you know who's to blame. You know who's to blame. Why did we digress? What's the key topic or point or person?
Inject. Okay, Rain. Inject. We got it. Okay. And talking about injecting, as we're having this side chat, so let's just bring it back on air. Kidogo too. And we're talking about tone deaf artists and the way this Mandamano we've gotten to see like people and of course celebrities that we love in a very different light, in the sense that you see how they dip dab when it fits their agenda and when it doesn't. And on top of that, you're one of the most vocal celebrities that I've seen on social media and off social media, because it's in your music, it's in your tweets, literally it's in how you move, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to understand for both of you, as a person of influence, how important is it to use your voice to speak on issues, and specifically social and political issues?
The music is your main tool if you're an artist, so that's the best way you can voice your opinions, and that's the best way you can pull people. it's the two.
I feel like it's you have to do it. Like,
True.
I feel like if you're an artist, you're the voice, you have that voice, you have that amplification, and it's when you are at a point of influence, like even when you look at reggae music and guys like Bob Marley and stuff like that, the whole point of that Rastafarianism and reggae was, to speak, voice up and rebel music, as they used to call it. So it's extremely important as an artist. I feel it's I know you had put hip hop artists there, but I feel like actually all the African artists, I would say, and I think that's why last time Thingy was on, who was on this?
Buju Banton, yes.
Banton, yeah. Dude was there.
Those remarks were a bit. Hey, he was a reach, but okay.
It was actually very factual.
Think about it. Like all the songs that are coming. I'm not saying
the biggest songs from Africa right now don't speak on anything to do with politics.
Exactly.
Or freeing the African mind.
I'll disagree.
Burna.
Exactly. I was just about to say Burna Boy.
Only Burna, and he was. And
but
Burna
even
was
Burna's music doesn't come
with
that
it. And even when he was speaking really heavy on it, on the first the one that didn't win the Grammy. That's when you could see that Burna is intentional about changing the global mindset of Africa and showing the truth. Is like, we can do all these dope
vibes,
and
but there's real issues.
There's issues, and that's where you'll get skits about him talking how oil in Nigeria is exploited and how people are dying. So it shows you that you can do that. There's this perception that people have that, if I get political, if I inject,
no one's gonna
I'm going to
play my music.
Nobody wants me now. I'm political correct. This is not the music people want. But Burna is an example. But how many Burners, let's just be honest, are dropping such stuff?
True.
Like even this year.
True. Not too many.
Who's
honestly
talking about it?
Not too many.
I feel like they do, but we there's a way
Turn
that
a blind eye to them.
it's been set up in a way that thinking you're conscious. Even people, when you meet some people and this is a conscious rapper in a room, they always like anataka kutuambia hapa mavitu za akili zenye ataka kusikia. You see, it's always been packaged in a way that we don't want to hear someone say these types of things. Even Burna's music, the ones that are political are not the most popular ones.
Facts.
You see, so it's always like I don't know if it's an African mentality or a slavery mentality where we've been taught to never speak on our issues, just highlight the happy fun things, and everyone will be okay.
It could be a slave mentality because there's this line that guys love to say on Fridays, bump whatever artist, no one's trying to hear J. Cole on a Friday. Have you guys heard of that line? Yeah. And it's because it's like, and also with this whole drama about Kendrick thingy headlining Super Bowl halftime, guys are like, this man is always singing like he's trying to slave the free
the slaves.
And it's like, bro, sometimes you actually just need that.
Yeah. It's true. But you need a balance. You can't always just be injecting. There's times for that.
Yes, definitely.
So that music also helps you forget. Same way like with comedy. Sometimes you need comedy even in
sad times.
True. So that you can uplift your spirits, and that's what music does. But at the same time, we can't be, blind or deaf to injustice.
Real issues.
And also Maya Angelou said, all the pivotal black leaders will always be killed that try and free up the black mind. And it's always been a fact. We always see them die. Guys who are monumental to whatever advances the Africans or the black people. Yeah.
Not gems. Guys, did you hear that? Or did you hear that? Well, more conversation is still ongoing right here on Baze. Asum Garvey, Dr. Rain is in the house, and coming right up is Watch, playing right here on Baze. My Melanin is the name of the track by Awesum Rain, the project, and you heard it right here on Baze Radio. Very good morning to you and welcome to the AM. It is only 10 minutes till we get to the top of the hour, and an absolutely fine listen right here with my mans Asum Garvey and Dr. Rain. Hey. And as we're talking more music, I think it's only right that we talk about what you guys are very passionate about, which is hip hop. And as we look at current times and specifically in Kenya, what do you think is the state of hip hop right now, and what is the future looking like?
Go first, Lisa.
I feel like we're in a state of confusion currently at the moment in Kenya because we don't know where we really want to lie. Like, do we want to do the popular music or do we want to do? Because I know guys who do the popular music, but they were hardcore rappers. So, in line with that, I feel like there's a narrow. We've made it narrow. The industry is very narrow nowadays. You just have to do one line of thing, which is maybe urban tone or genge tone for you to be popular, which I feel like needs to change. Okay. Yeah.
What about you, Rain?
I think for me, it's understanding that music evolves. Hip hop has got so many different subgenres now. So I mean, like, us hip hop heads usually have this thing of being very rigid and saying, like, you know, this ain't true to the culture and things like that. But at the same time, it has to make sense. It also has to give itself some identity. I'll give an example of a South African hip hop artist. He's called Reason. He's been there for a while, did Reason, and then Amapiano came. And because Amapiano is very in touch and in tune with, you know,
the roots
it's the native tongue. And then he switched up to, you know, Sizwe Alkaline, and then he's now like doing really, really well. And he's doing something that it's never been done before. But people would look at it. A lot of the guys, like, I know the hip hop guys.
I think he's a sellout.
Yeah, like most of the guys will be like, this guy now is doing piano. He's on that piano tip because piano is global now. You know, urban tone is another thing that has really brewed up. But if you look at urban tone, if you look at genge tone, if you look at the roots of it all, it's all hip hop. Like when you look at the big pins, when you look at the P units, you look at the Juakali, all this. Like, I feel like it's important for us to get the basics of hip hop and then transform and create these different subgenres that give us identity. So I'm not opposed. I think as long as it's got some form of elements of hip hop, but at the same time, you got to remember where everything came from. You have to study, you know, this culture and understand where it comes from for you to now, you know, elevate it and evolve it.
I like that. Which brings us to the next question. Of course, you guys have seen this whole conversation about Jay-Z doesn't like Kendrick shouldn't be performing at the Super Bowl, yeah, let the birds sing. If you were in a position of power, so let's bring it back here. This is Nairobi, Kenya, right? If you were in a position of power and you were given the opportunity to make one major move for hip-hop culture and music, what would that be?
Okay, start with Asum.
Wow, that would be crazy. I think I'd make more the record labels. I'd first of all start with financial education for the artists, which is the biggest problem I feel like we face in Kenya. Artists just come, spend the bag, go back down. Yeah, you don't see any more investment things. So I feel like that's one of the most important things.
Okay.
What else? Yeah, put the labels to, what's it called? Make sure we check up on the labels.
Accountability?
Yeah, accountability.
Okay.
Because we have labels, but they're just a name.
Labels, honestly.
Yeah.
True.
For me, since you're giving me all this power, I'll start from the top. Like, the systems of music would have to change. Would have to think differently about how you get royalties. And then, you know, like the fifth element of hip hop is knowledge. Knowledge is very important. Education is key. People need to understand about intellectual property. You need to understand about publishing and how you can make money off of your music, even when you're not performing or when you're not doing anything, or when somebody samples your song.
Work. True.
So yeah, it would be a lot on building knowledge and then also mentorship, because that's another thing that we lack. You know, if you look at right now the top hip hop artists, you're only looking around 4 people.
True.
But if you dig deep down, we have so
much
many
talent. True.
Dope artists churning out really good music, really good quality. But again, the systems keep failing us. So it's just, I would do it, destroy and rebuild, change the systems, get rid of this MCSK.
Destroy the gatekeepers.
ERSK.
Royalties would have to be different.
Yeah.
Even the transactions with the percentages would need to change. Streaming, you need to be paid, whether you're an African artist, whether you're an American artist.
The core needs to be the same.
It needs to be the same. We're all in the same
industry.
Business and industry. Yeah, man. And then pumping and investing more into the arts, like proper investments to shoot high quality videos, to shoot, do high promos, do high quality productions on tour, so that we can compete with these guys in Europe and in the US. Poverty is the enemy, basically.
Facts.
Yeah. So if we had that superpower, inject in that way.
Well, we're still deep in it, guys. Before we wrap it up at a 10 on the T, more music. This is Fire Than Us by Awesum Rain right here on Baze. This has to be my favorite track from this project. And yes, that is Wagwan, Asum Garvey and Dr. Rain. And as we're about to finish our conversation today, gentlemen, it's been so nice having you here.
Thank you.
I'm happy that we've gotten to have such a deep and intriguing conversation for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Very intriguing. Yeah. I really like this interview.
Yeah.
Like the way you
it was in depth.
dove in.
Yeah.
Didn't come out here feeling like
that was I should have slept. I should have been making more beats. Bless you. Thank you very much. But as we wrap it up, I have to ask, as guys listen to this body of work, what would you want to be the biggest takeaway from it?
Voice your stance.
Okay.
Yeah. Voice what you feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be authentically you. Don't let them put you in a box. Being authentic is your niche.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Guys, you heard it straight from the mans. But before we finish, of course, you guys have to tell us to Patewapi social media, anything new that's in the works. Plug. This is your time. Shine.
I go by Asum Garvey. That's ASUMGARVEY on all platforms. Right now, currently, just listen to the album.
Okay.
I feel like that's the only thing I can say.
Okay.
Yeah, go stream the album. Awesum Rain is out everywhere. Go check out Wagwan. The music video is also out on YouTube.
On the tube.
So you need to go check that out. Yeah, man. And for me, Dr. Rain, at Dr. Rain on Instagram, Dr. Rain on Twitter. Music. Yeah, definitely. Couple of events. We have an event coming through at the end of this month.
Nice.
Reveal party, just something small, exclusive. And then just pushing the album.
Yeah.
Love to hear that. Well, yes, guys, you heard it straight from the mans. Remember, Awesum Rain is available on every DSP stream. Run those numbers up. Anytime you see Kuna visual image drop, run to the tube, run the numbers up too, and of course keep supporting Kenyan music and hip-hop all the way. My man, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
for having us.
And please remember, we support all the time. Anything drops, anything you want to plug, hit me up. I got you.
Love.
Appreciate it.
Back, guys, it's been amazing. As we head back down, it's 3 minutes past 11. Yet more conversation to come as we get into the listeners playlist and the spotlight feature in just a little while. But we are still deep in the AM right here on Baze. Coming right up is Bubbly by Mandy on Baze Radio.
This is Baze Radio.
We are 254 to the core.